Hello there guys, what is going on? Welcome to Pure Trading. It is the 1st of May. We are looking at all the major pairs for next week. Any sort of opportunities there, we are going to find them here today. We're going to start off with the euro versus the dollar. Everything is trending down with regards to dollar strength, and all the other currencies are weakening except for the yen. The yen is also very strong. We are going to look at the euro dollar first, and I'm going to look at the monthly first. Don't jump away just because it's a monthly. The reason I'm showing you the monthly here is because of this reason over here. The thing is 2016 and 2015, this is the lows that we are reaching again. So now, even though we are trending down, it's come to a very important point here. What do we do at this point? Now, could we expect again, like what happened here in 2017, like a little bit of a range there for a few more weeks? Here we had that range again, and then again here. Could we expect that again? Look, because of history, I'm going to assume that that's going to happen again. But having said that, markets are trending down. It's at a massive, strong support level here. So I'm still bearish on the euro, and I'm looking to buy the dollar. So how am I going to do this now? Going down to the daily chart, it's going to be as easy as looking for prices to reach this midpoint again, or prices to reach the extension beyond the mean. But then it's going to be very difficult to find levels at that point, because remember, it's not just that you need to see prices at the midpoint or prices at your extension beyond the mean. You also need a nice level as well. So you can see it's not going to be that easy to trade the euro versus the dollar for next week based on that. So as time moves on, as the week goes and the price action gets printed on the charts, we will be able to find better opportunities to trade. But for now, I'll be looking at midpoints here, and again the extension beyond the mean plus levels. Then on the pound, we have the same story. We don't have that nice levels that we have here on the monthly, or on the weekly. So we are just looking at the daily levels, and again what we're going to see here is prices are at the level, or we're going to look at prices having an extension beyond the mean. So prices are at the levels right now. So let's drop down to the 15-minute and see if there was anything. This is what we've seen so far. So this is prices at the level at the moment. And what level am I talking about? You can see here I'm talking about a daily level with a midpoint, which means we are looking at trend trading this short. And as we saw on the weekly and on the monthly, we don't really have anything standing in our way. The only area that we have looking at us here is this points here. You can see that this is a level here, that's a level, and we still have some room to get there. So we are okay to trade this one short for the time being. So looking at that is your midpoint, and then on your 15-minute, this is how it looks like. So we can see we have a nice little divergence there. So almost immediately we can start looking at our shorting opportunities in close to the beginning of the week. What I do like seeing is that prices, when you have this opportunity, I do like to see prices firstly doing this. I'd like to see prices firstly coming up for a manipulation of that point, and then start messing around and things going down. So that's what I'm looking at. Just because we are looking at the Monday open, for that to happen, for prices first to take out this high over here before the manipulation, and hopefully still see the divergence carry on. So we don't want to see anything other than this. We don't want to see the RSI climbing higher. That's what we don't want to see. And then for the next one is our dollar yen. Dollar versus the yen. We see prices are going up. hasn't hit the midpoint here yet. Yeah, so we're still looking for prices to come further down and touch this midpoint here on the daily before going up. So we are still looking at trend trading this. We are not going to look at selling this really. So what we want is prices to hit this midpoint here on the daily before going down to the 15-minute, trying to find any sort of opportunities here. So we are not looking at this as an opportunity here, even though we see there is RSI divergence happening. We are not at the correct moment in time here based on our daily. No touch here on the midpoint, and the only reason we are looking at the midpoint here is because of prices trending all the time. We can also look at Heikin-Ashi trend lines for any trending pairs. Then we have the CAD. I like the CAD in that it's trending up and that the next levels has been reached already and then come back down. So now there's no reason for me not to try looking at these top levels here for more targets. So I'll be looking at reversals here. So what we need to see here is prices going up, taking out that high first, then coming back down to the midpoint and keep on moving up. So I'll be looking at that. I'm not going to be looking at this as an extension beyond the mean and sell, because when we had this extension beyond the mean, we've already came down. So this is an old level. We're not going to be looking at that again. We're going to look at new sort of highs here, or the ultimate one over here as our targets. And then the Aussie, we can see here, this is my daily. We still have some room to move down. This daily candle on Friday has taken out a lot of stops up here. This is our daily candle for Friday. It's taken out Thursday. Unable to do anything for Wednesday. Prices are still traveling down. It looks as if we want to try and reach down to the bottoms here. So what I need to see here is for prices to take out this low here first. So which means, let me show you, which means this is what I'm looking at. I want prices to come down here first and then go back up to that midpoint over there before coming back down. So that is the way I'm looking at the Aussie versus the dollar. The next one is the New Zealand dollar, and that is doing exactly the same thing. Yeah, so we've already come down to the low here, and it's already taken this out here. So the thing is, we want a trending fashion. So that's the reason we are not just dropping down here. We need to see lows taken out and then retracements, so that it just qualifies that the trend is still in motion there. It's easier to see that on the 4-hourly chart. You can see here that it's trending down. It's making lower lows. You can see this here. Prices are making its lower lows from that point. It makes a low, comes back up, makes a lower low, goes up, makes lower lows, and goes back up. So which means we need to see that first taking this low out, then coming back up, and then you go back to the daily and see if you have a touch on the 5-period moving average, and then just traveling all the way back down. So it's as simple as trend trading it for me this week. Any value here, guys? Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, the most important thing ever that any of these YouTube videos can tell you, guys, is to trade safely and prosper.